Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play EU4 as Lübeck, as the Republic of Lübeck. But these are the final days of the Republic of Lübeck, because a change is coming on the horizon. We are moving towards a dictatorship, and ideally, a proper monarchy after that. And that will signal the end of this Let's Play when we do that. But I think, you know, the Republic of Lübeck has more or less achieved all the things that it has set out to do or can do. So we get some rival shuffling, because it is actually a new day of recording for me and everything. We've got our Lübeckian Canada over here, trading in fish for blah, blah, blah. Lübeckian Canada over here, who likes us quite a bit, and as well they should. We have been very good to them, helping them out with their rebels and whatnot. There's 13 colonies still exist over here. And of course, a greatly weakened England existing over here. Checking the coalition map mode, we are actually in a pretty decent state. Obviously, the English hate us. But other than that, I don't think anyone can actually join a coalition at this time. It's quite low, so we could consider some aggressive action. I don't remember how we left things off. Or even say where my army is. Was I thinking another war against England? No, we have a truce. I'm actually not sure how I left things off at the end of the last episode here. Certainly, I would like to take more territory over here, but that's not really a thing at this time. Take a look at our stability. Everything is hunky-dory. I wonder if this might be the time to jump on the Teutonic Order over here. Anhalt, Hesse, Mainz, and Verden. Those are not terribly scary allies. I mean, there is still some aggressive expansion. We could be a bit more patient, but I think we could probably take a little bit without triggering coalition. I don't know. We have Diplo Rep guy because we are currently annexing. Who? Who are we annexing? Wales! Ah, that's right, Wales over here. Now, I'm not really feeling the need to go after more of Ireland. I think we have pretty decent control over the North Sea. Clearly we do. We're at 69% right now. That is with ships. I think the best way to get more power over the North Sea would actually be to grab bits of, well, what used to be Norway over here. It's currently Sweden. Oh, I didn't realize the Lübeckian trade node sort of pokes right up in there. That's really interesting. Anyway, with all that, is there any reason not to just bring my troops home and, yeah, maybe consider something against the Teutonic Order? We are capped on manpower, which you guys know I don't like that. So I think we are going to do that. We're going to move over to Danzig over there. We've got good money, and right now our income is fantastic. Brandenburg is creating claims. Okay. We are currently making friends with Hungary. We do have a mission for that, and I would like to finish that. Do we still have claims? Yes, we do. So we have a CB possible against the Teutonic Order, which is lovely. Tech-wise, we're super ahead on military tech. There's not going to be anyone ahead of us. In fact, I suspect most people will be behind us. Now, I don't know if this will be quite as potent as when we were level 15 versus the 14, because I don't remember what we got at 17. I think we got the extra. Nice autosave. I think we got the extra cavalry shock. We did. Pretty big jump there, certainly. And I think we may have gotten a new unit type as well. I'm not sure about that. Oh, did we get tactics? No, that was at 15. Next one's at 19, so that's quite far away. Yeah, I'm not sure. We got the supply limit boost. That is true. I don't know if that makes a huge difference, although it will save us a fair amount of attrition in the long run, which is quite nice. So we're just ferrying our people over using the automated system, which is not quite as quick or as attrition-friendly as just offloading troops, but it is what it is. Army maintenance, okay, isn't 0, which is good. Denmark, why do you want military access? Who are you? I'm going to say yes, because who cares? You're at war against Poland. Now, when we do finish this mission with Hungary, we do keep getting a mission to take no tech over here. Oh, I didn't realize. Hold on. Poland just took a huge bite out of the Teutonic Order. Interesting. And who are you allied with? You are allied with Sweden. Yeah, I don't really want to go to war on that many fronts, most likely, but it is quite tempting. Who else? Moldavia and Styria. So none of those are terribly relevant. Only Sweden. And we know Sweden will mostly just occupy its entirety of its time just sieging out Skåne over here. That could definitely be a thing. Alright, how's the relationship? It's getting pretty close. I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and raise the maintenance on my fort. And actually, I'll raise the maintenance on my army as well, so they're ready. Probably I'm doing it a little earlier than need be, but you know, who knows? We'll take the advantage to go ahead and boost our garrison up to its max, which will take a little bit of time to do. I mean, as long as it's got any garrison, then they do have to actually siege it, but maybe, you know, they'll decide to assault if there's not too much, and then we can get our morale up and all those things. So, yeah, interesting. So yeah, our Republican tradition continues to drop. It's dropping very quickly because we're far too big. So not only are we re-electing our people, but it's going to drop on its own. And I don't know when, I don't remember when it slips into the dictatorship. I didn't bother looking up. It'll just happen when it happens. Either it'll be with this king or with, well, he's not a king yet, or with our next pick who will become a dictator. One of the two. So who's our leader over here right now? 203 ain't particularly great, and that is our king, so we are going to go ahead and roll some generals here. I like, okay, not huge combat stats, but the maneuver is always nice, and I do like having the siege pip. Trying to decide if we're going to roll another. It's probably worth giving it a go. Let's see what we can get. Basically equivalent, but slightly worse. We are slightly over our limit, but that's okay. All right, so we're just going to roll with these two. We're slightly over our limit, but we are so far ahead in military tech, the extra point doesn't matter too much, and it'll give us a few options during the war itself. All right, let's go up to speed 4 here for a sec. Actually, oh, who just got... Was Sweden just in a war and now they're not? No, they're still in a war. Oh, I think they pieced out Denmark. The fact that Sweden is in a war is actually quite good for us on a few different reasons. They're only in war against Brandenburg and Bohemia, which isn't going to keep them that busy, but it's still something. Sure, Styria. And there we go. We made friends with Hungary, get some power. Protect our brethren in no tech. Yeah, so in no tech, what's the brethren? Polish? Is it religious? Religious brethren. Oh, okay, they're reformed, and Poland is not reformed. That's why we're getting that mission. Interesting. You have no diplomats to send. We will get one soon. These colonized missions are often really, really, really good because they give you colonial enthusiasm, which dramatically increases your settlement rate, which is really powerful. We're also currently doing the St. Martin thing. Drops our autonomy faster, which is really a great thing to take. I mean, it's not hard to fabricate a CB, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take that. That's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go and turn off the trade focus for now, because we'll be going for the war focus, and we'll just bank a little bit more fervor before we do that. Is it called fervor? Yeah, fervor points. Okay, everyone's in place. Basically, we are reinforced. Basically, we are at full morale. Poland's still in a war, which is not super winning or anything like that. So they're going to get black flagged and then stuck back up there, which is quite interesting. Oh, I should get my ships together and ready to blockade / sink stuff. Actually, I don't think we really have to worry about it. I don't think Sweden's got much of a fleet, do they? What you got there, Sweden? More S's than I thought. They do have 5 heavies. All right, that's not nothing. I suspect most of my ships are locked. No, okay, good. So I'll get everyone together in the Orsund over here, and then we'll figure out what we do next. Okay, let's declare war. So we'll take no tech. I mean, it's just a claim, so we don't really get the aggressive expansion reduction. But what we want is we want to grab Malbork over here. This is the primary reason we're doing this, is actually to grab Malbork, because then we will have contiguous land with what we want to take in the Teutonic Order after this. So this is, in theory, going to be a relatively minimal war. I will bring in all my allies because this is a relatively major one. Doesn't mean I won't be able to call them into the follow-up one, but I'm gonna, maybe just call in Saxony. Brunswick doesn't have that much anyway right now, and we can just save them until next time, because we won't be able to call them in another offensive war for a while. So let's go ahead and do that. There's a fort here to siege as well. I don't want to move all my people in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move half my army, and this guy's got the siege pip, right? Yes, good. And then the artillery as well, and then this army will get the backup leader right there. We'll still have some dudes sitting back there. That's okay. And then that's that, and you can combine you two. Okay, good. Alright, good enough. And force limit-wise, yeah, we actually have some to spare. That's because our economy is already dropping. So just move in here. Farmlands are kind of an annoying place to siege because you don't have a defensive bonus, so if someone decides to attack you, you'll be in a bad spot. But I'm going to do that. I'm not going to prioritize on the war goal. I'm going to be perfectly happy being here. Friendlies are not indicated that they can attach or anything like that. And yeah, we're mostly just going to sit here and be patient. And actually, one interesting question is, Poland, how many troops do you have? I didn't actually check this. 35,000, 30,000 manpower. So we've got them outnumbered and out-manpowered. And if we look at the war stats, yeah, it's fine. So, this fleet, I don't know where the Swedish fleet is. What I think I'm going to do is leave the transports blocking the sound here. Not that I really need it because there is a fort. And then we're just going to go and blockade with a big group over here. These transports might be slightly at risk. Oh, no, we might. Are we going to catch these guys? No, because they're already locked. What I should do is split off the lights. Aha. The lights can catch them, or apparently not. There you go. The lights can catch them, and then they'll be reinforced with some extra muscle. As expected, Sweden's just going to go and siege out Skåne over here. We sink the Swedish Navy because it's awesome. Boop. And then I will be manually detaching the injured ones, or moving the injured ones over there so they're not automated. And I'm going to take, say, half these lights like that and move there. So we'll keep these ships good and pinned in, because there's 5 heavies there. Although, you know what? The 2 heavies plus my 12 galleys. Because that's all. It's 5 heavies and then transports. We really don't need the rest. If I do this... Oh, we'll still have a blockade. Wonderful. Good. That's what I was hoping for. And Sweden's expanded a fair bit. So we're doing this to get some extra trade power over the Baltic Sea, which is going to help us a lot. What I could do here is move some of these transports over here. We only need a token ship in the Orsound to block any possible crossing, which won't be possible until they siege this out anyway. This siege is going well. This is a port province, so it would actually go faster if we were blockading it. So I'm actually going to move my transports to the eastern Baltic to help with that. Give us a bonus on the siege, not that we're doing too badly. There we go. We don't need that many people. I still don't like that you can't hit the detach blockade button with, oh shit, missed that, with the, with just transports, and I don't know why that is. Alright, so we have much better morale. Everything else is the same, but our morale is better. Numbers are relatively samey. Really, we just have a little bit extra cavalry, and, so you see some of them are actually still in our back row, so they're not all being activated in here, just because of combat width concerns. But, so basically, we're both using full combat with basically the same amount of cannons, but I have higher base morale, and some extra people to spare. But other than that, they do have a much better leader. 2-5, that is some shock. But they take so much more morale damage, and we can take so much more morale damage. I actually didn't check the combat stats there. It's entirely possible that we did break the siege, which does suck. But it is entirely possible that we actually took more fatalities there. That could have happened. Anyway, having done that, we're going to grab our 10 Merc template and just shove everyone over there. Syria's sieging out Brandenburg, right, because there's some extra war there. Brandenburg, yeah, sure, dude. I mean, we normally hate each other, but absolutely you can have access through me. See, I'm a bro. I mean, this army, I think, still has enough frontline infantry as is. Yeah, it does. I also want to go and order an extra cannon, because we may need 15 for something. I don't know, is 15 ever a cannon number for siege levels? Is it? I can't remember. Is it 5 times the fort? Ugh, math is hard. Let's not bother with math. Integrating Wales! Boom, 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 boom. Losing... Oh, and that was without our war fervor either. Which is dumb, because we could have probably ended that sooner. Losing Diplorep is... Oh no, I was going to say prestige. It means that I'll get more aggressive expansion. But Diplorep doesn't actually affect your aggressive expansion impact, that I know of. I'm assuming that the Welsh probably had a small fleet somewhere. Maybe not. They might have just had these troops over here. And I don't know. I suppose we're probably okay. Let me group you up. And I'm going to leave one token caravel to block this. And then this group over here, we're going to go and pick up our troops. Here, you can pick up the ones in Fife first, and then we'll combine, then we'll get everyone over there, and that'll be fine. Alright, so we're resieging over here. We've got some people. We could move out. I could siege No-Tech, because it's quite quick, and it is the war goal, but it is adjacent to a fort, which means it'll get unsieged instantly. We're going to have to siege Kalisz over here if we want to keep it. If this is a Polish province name, there's no way that it's pronounced anywhere close to the way that it's spelled in just pure English letters. What was that? I gotta not click away some of these messages quite as quickly here. So who are we with entirely? All these guys. Yeah, that's nothing. Oh, a new election. So obviously we're going to keep our current leader, lose some more Republican tradition. And we've won the siege of Malbork. Lovely. Okay. So that's great for position. There's another fort right over here. But this is one of the provinces we're interested in taking. And because it's a fort, we couldn't have demanded it in the peace deal without having taken it first. So then I'm going to move my main sieging army down to Kalisz over here. And I'm going to move the backup army of infantry over to No-Tech. Oh, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'm pretty sure we can take care of that one. Now, tech-wise, well, oh, okay, hold on. I want to finish the expansion ideas. 20% more global trade power is amazing. The CBs against Asian and African nations actually is kind of handy because we can't really fabricate CBs against African nations right now, and we might want some trade power there, but mostly it's... We'd want control here over the in the Ivory Coast, and Spain's kind of sort of got that, so it might not be possible. But I will go ahead and finish expansion ideas over here. Does, of course, mean that we have spent our admin power, but we're getting a lot of admin power per month right now, so I'm okay with that. And then we'll go back to teching. Would be nice to get the production efficiency, not to mention the one you get from being ahead of time, but I think we're pretty okay. Culture in Aroostook has become American. Okay. And we gained a bunch of overseas CBs. Fine, fine, fine. I was going to say, these guys are about to walk into me. Tiny stacks have reduced AI, so it's actually completely normal for tiny stacks to kill themselves. So I'm going to take this fight. It would be nice if we had a leader here already. Something with maneuver so that they get a river crossing, but it looks like that's not to be. Still, with these guys around here, we're definitely going to take it. Doesn't mean we're going to lift the siege, which is a bit annoying. These guys, at least being infantry, should be able to tank for a little bit. So I'm just going to wait until they're locked. There we go. And then we're going to move in. And Saxony should definitely jump in. They don't realize the fight's going to happen here. They should jump in because they're not starting a siege. A little bit annoying that they haven't already. But that's okay. Army's under attack, but our reinforcements are about to come. And now this time, we do have even more morale than before. So this army of 10 was never going to break before our reinforcements came. They were going to die. They would die to the last man, but they would not have broken. Alright, good. I'm not going to chase that stack because it would actually be a little bit awkward. I'll do another infantry consolidate here because things do reinforce quite slowly in enemy territory. Plus, a lot of the things that took losses were actually our mercs, which is actually quite nice there. So you've taken over that siege. I guess that's fine. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move all my non-merc infantry to the other army, because now Thomas Framheim over here has the siege bonus. So I'm going to move this group over to Plock, while this group over here just finishes this very quick siege here. And actually, maybe we'll grab Chelmo at the same time. Chelmo will get recaptured. Wow, they have 3 forts in a row. I think it's because they were taking territory from other nations, like from the Teutonic Order, who were building forts over here. And then I don't think the AI tends to dismantle forts, which, honestly, I don't tend to dismantle them either. They're quite expensive to put up. So, it sort of, you know, sucks to take them down after. We're just going to grab that ourselves, just in case Saxony or Brandenburg, or, well, I guess Brandenburg's the other people. We'll grab it just in case we want to take it in the peace deal. I don't think we care. But we'll do that, and then I'll move over here so that we're not too spread out. Actually, before I do that, let me make sure we've got a leader on this stack of any kind. It's only 9% war score right now because, like, percentage-wise, we haven't grabbed that much space. Not just in Poland, but also Sweden is still a thing. Who's sieged out some territory over here? Brandenburg. Huh. Sweden's probably trying to take, like, a long march around somewhere with its troops. I'm actually not doing a very good job of blockading here. Gotta be moving my people out a little bit more. Oh, and I forgot about my army over here. You guys go and pick them up. We'll wait on the Diplotech. We should probably just do a lot more development here. Chelmo's come under that, but if I move... Well, if I siege this, even without any cannons, it is going to suck for attrition. Very, very much. But if I do that, it won't unsiege Chelmo. Or I suppose I could just sit in Chelmo and then it won't unsiege it either. Randomly lose Diplo power. Okay, well, as it turns out, we have a lot of Diplo power, so that's not so bad. I suppose I could always dump Diplo power on Mercantilism. If I really am going to hit the ahead-of-time penalty. Maybe that's better than development. Since development is quite expensive if you've got a larger country. Oh, well, we're going to go and whack you in Chelmo. We don't have a particularly good comp, but that's okay. Bastion in Riga. Oh yeah, that was us upgrading the place in Riga, which is nice because Riga's not somewhere we can really defend very easily. So if people want to go there and siege it, the longer they can siege it, the better. You guys are resetting that. Brandenburg is going to take a river crossing to attack Sweden in a completely separate war than the one I'm fighting. So that's nice. So that was us wiping that little stack over there. Republican tradition. Oops, right over here. Still dropping like a stone. Love it. Yeah, go and squash the 1K. We took another fort. 18% war score. We don't need a ton of war score. We can end this pretty quick because... this we need to sort of connect everything up, but we don't want to generate a billion aggressive expansion for no reason. We'll probably take no tech, since we do get at least a 25% discount on AE from taking it, and it's already the correct religion, which is nice. And we'll probably develop this once so that it can get an extra building in there. Okay. Again, sucks to lose the siege. I wonder if I should... I mean, I could leave something behind. But no, again, we will mostly let this guy commit. Yeah, well, there's no mostly. We will let him commit. It's all grassland. Wow. As soon as he's locked, we'll just send everyone else there. Oh! I forgot we wouldn't be able to move directly. That is less than great. Stop, stop, stop. You. Force march. Faster. Should have done that sooner from Plock. There we go. We still get there with plenty of time. And again, with our higher morale hit point, these guys weren't going to break. We are taking huge losses here. We'll definitely take a look at the end screen. Huge losses. We'll win the battle, but at what cost? It's us over here. Okay, they lost a lot more infantry. Oh no, that's the final number. Sorry, I'm reading this wrong. We lost slightly more infantry. We lost a lot more cavalry and a little bit more cannons. I think our front line got kind of... I don't know if it got wiped, but we definitely don't have enough infantry anymore to take another one of these battles. But hey, mercenaries. Force limit be damned. Actually, I'm going to take my cavalry, I'm going to split it in half, consolidate half of it, and then I'm going to detach my mercs, and I'm going to consolidate the mercs, because we're building some more. We still have plenty of manpower. Well, actually, we've used a lot of manpower. This has actually been quite a bit more of a costly war than expected. I'm going to sit here for now to finish this siege. And then we'll move back to Plock. But at least Plock is in the woods, and I think I'll stay as one big stack there and try to discourage them from attacking. Actually, maybe I'll just finish this siege here, and then peace out. And there's no reason for us to really continue this war. There is going to be a penalty to the actual peace out decision because it's the length of war modifier. And they still have their capital, and they probably still have relatively high enthusiasm. Actually, they're at medium. No, I think they'll be relatively willing to do it. Especially once this pops. What's the war score value of this? Now, that's a war score for piecing out. So it's not necessarily how much we'll earn, just because of how things are calculated. But we will, there we go, there's the siege. Yeah, we're only at 26%. We basically got nothing there. So, if I were to take Malbork and no tech, and it's probably a good idea to break your relationship with Sweden. Just almost. We don't even really have to take anything. I will still move into Plock, though. Wait. What? Did I use my mixed? Oh, I did do the mixed one. That's not what I meant at all. Whoops. I meant to do this. I mean, this is still mercenary infantry that got queued up. But we built a bunch of our own cavalry as well. Which I think means I'm going to go and consolidate the existing cavalry as well. Because we've built a bunch more. I mean, the manpower cost is the same in the end. Whether we let things reinforce or we build new ones. Building new ones is faster, but slightly more expensive. But money is the one thing that we are good at. I'm going to send over here for reinforcements. Yeah, they're never even going to take that siege at all. So we don't even need to necessarily win this one. Mostly the only thing we need, and presumably we still have the siege guy, yeah. And before you go, I'm going to make sure we've got a second general in that stack, and I'll try not to combine it. Mostly we just need to wait for the length of time modifier to go slightly. How's our war exhaustion? Yeah, I'm not too worried. I could reduce it, especially since I do have the points, but this is not actually going to cause any real problems. Because the war is going to be over soon. So speed 4. This is too big a stack for them to attack. Plus we are in the woods. Do we get it here? Nope. But that's okay. And yeah. Sweden took another hit over there. Actually, we earned some war score from that. Because that was actually Saxony doing some work. We will... Well, it's the AI. They might finish their siege before we do. Because that seems to happen. Oh no, there we go. We got some help over there. And actually, I'm going to let them lose that battle as well. Which should help to decrease their willingness slightly. We'll move there. We're taking a lot of attrition doing this, but there we go. I suspect, yeah, we can get what we want. So you'll give me 2 provinces. You'll give me that. And then I'm just going to take as much money as I can. Oh, well. Or, alternatively, oops. Would you do... Oh, humiliate would also be nice, but would be, well, quite nice. War operations. No, I didn't think so. I could get you to return a corps to the Teutonic Order, so then I can go and take it in the follow-up war, but no. So we'll just do this. We're just going to take 2 provinces. They can annul their treaties with Sweden, which is actually really good for us. And they'll give us some money. It will give some aggressive expansion, but not enough for anyone to join the coalition as is. But it might prevent me from doing something, fun with the Teutonic Order. But this is still good advancement, so we're going to do that. Boom! Protect our brethren. And oh, so yes, efficient. Yeah, that was really good. Taking the got renamed to Netzi. This monthly autonomy change, like across the board everywhere, is just brilliant. It's not just in that one province; it's everywhere. So now, conquer Neumark. An award for that. More manpower recovery, more prestige. All very nice. How close is St. Martin to becoming a city? Pretty damn close. I guess let's take a look at our coalition map mode. It's not that much. The Teutonic Order, certainly very high. But yeah, we are actually ready to go in another war, more or less now. We don't have to wait to bleed off any more aggressive expansion. So I'll take the Conquer Neumark mission, which will technically give me 2 claims. But they're, again, just claims. So exactly the same CB as we had before. I'm going to bring my people into home territory over here. I'm going to grab all my ships and get them first off the coast of the Teutonic Order. And then we'll probably do like a bunch of just protect trade. Lost a claim on... Oh, that's part of Sweden, which is fine. We need to start coring. I guess I'll reduce the war exhaustion then, since we are going to go right into another war, presumably. And we need a military advisor, so... Discipline would be very nice. And we've got the money. Let's go for level 3. I mean, we don't really need the points right now. At all. I can't develop you until you're cored, right? Yeah, because I will go and do this just to bring it up to level 10, so we've got some extra stuff. And right now we've got the manpower. Well, actually, sorry. I was going to say right now we've got the military power. We actually don't have a ton of military power, but we're so far ahead of time that we can afford to spend some military power, and that's fine. Which reminds me, war taxes. Basic cost. I can't remember. Is it admin or is it military? I think it's military. Or Admiral is dead, which is actually fine. We don't need the Admiral, and we were over our limit. Should have thought about getting rid of him a little bit sooner. I'm okay with doing a consolidate here. We actually have lots of infantry. I don't need any more cavalry. Since this isn't adjacent to any enemy forts, we'll probably just war them right away. Like, we'll probably go and siege it right away just to end it. You've got some dudes there. We don't need a whole lot to siege there. I could grab... So let's grab 2 just to make sure. Leave you here. Give you a token leader. And grab the rest and just head over this way and just get ready to squoosh the Teutonic Order stack day 1 of the war. Yeah, I like it. Speed 3. Group you up. As soon as we get to Marienburg, right, which got renamed, yes, of course, then we go in war. Take Neumark. No one is willing to join the offensive war. Really? Oh, truces. Although Verdun won't join on the other side. Now, Mainz was, like, relatively big, weren't they? They were paying... Oh, they are the ones that triggered the coalition ages ago. Nah, it's fine. Let's do it. Oh, you know what? We'll wait until next episode. 31-minute episode. Time to put in a cut. Excellent. But yeah, next episode, I think I just go after the Teutonic Order over here, and we finally grab all this territory and secure a pretty big stranglehold on the trade in the Baltic Sea, which right now we have 65% without any ships working, thanks to Riga and Danzig, which is pretty substantial. So once we've got Memel, we really will never need any ships in the Baltic. Despite the fact that we don't have that much pure land, we'll have... That I didn't realize there's nothing over here that gives any bonuses to trade in the Baltic Sea. So yeah, we'll do that and probably build the trade buildings and everything, especially since now, yeah, because these are all, we've stated all these things because we're not worried about the Merchant Republic thing, so we'll get the full bonus. It's going to be beautiful. You don't have any autonomy. Oh, how great is this? Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.